Thank you very much. I think we had 3 very great and interesting presentations today, and with very important and good recommendation on how to build trust in different kinds of relationships. So now we have one more question and answer session. It's not only for questions, but also if you have any comments or feedback for the speakers, feel free to share with us. Maria Armenakian.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, first of all, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Hello?
Can you speak once more? No, can anyone hear her? Because I can't.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah, we can.
Oh, okay, then it's my problem. Sorry.
It's okay. First of all, thank you to both groups. It was very informative and really important topics and issues that you raised. Actually, I have a question to the first group as they were talking about trust in families and parental issues. So parents always, many parents, they don't trust their kids because according to them, like they always say, when you grow up, you will understand what we did. So according to you, so should the parents always be so self-conscious with their kids and not trust them, or do trust them until proven untrustworthy?
Thank you, Maria Jan, for your good question. I guess it's our turn to answer. So your question basically is, should the trust be considered as trustworthy before being proven as untrustworthy, right?
Yeah.
So as we have covered a lot of researches, it shows that it's very individual and very subjective because it depends on child and parent relationship, first of all, then to individual level, what kind of person they are individually. But as we want to be vulnerable before trusting to other people, well, first of all, you should give others a chance. And as it is your kid, you should understand their limits of like actions. You should understand what is your child capable of doing and is not capable of doing. And it means basically giving them a chance to be proven as trustworthy. And if they make mistakes afterwards, then communicate with them. So the answer is yes. I guess my team members will add something else also.
I can add. So to answer your question, if I understood your question correctly, it's mostly just an adaptation by the parent, right? Because again, like David Elkins said, this is happening during the transitional years and the hippocampus ages. And so parents really don't know when this happens. And so they need to be a bit adaptable to that. Because it's like, you need to always, it's not like lying is bad, right? But there will become a point where you shouldn't lie, I guess, and be more honest about. And and you will, I guess, as a parent, you should always be aware of that. It's like, oh, this age is coming soon, right? The kid is 12 years old, right? Maybe he should know about this sort of stuff. Maybe it's good to know, or maybe I should be honest from here on out. And subtle, I guess, openness, kind of like just what I mentioned, I think is really important. And so, yeah, I guess that's my answer.
Yeah, those are really
the
great
question?
answers. Yep, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you as well.
Okay, thank you. I see also Samantha has her hand up. Yeah.
Yes, sure. To the two groups, great job again. You shared a lot of informative insights and also applicable things in our own lives. But my two questions are for the first group. And the first one was about an acronym by Renee Brown. I forgot who was sharing that part. I didn't get everything, but it was about bravery or something. I wanted to note that down. So here. Okay.
It's just craving.
I'll screenshot it. Yeah, thank you. This is really informative. And then the second question is to RP, who talked about the definition of love from the Bible. And there was one point, the self-seeking one. And I don't recall if you defined what it was, but what could you clarify what it is and how that applies to the parent teenager relationship?
Yeah, by saying self-seeking, I mean, what I understand is putting self first and thinking in the communication, thinking as if the person in front of you should please your self needs in at the first stage, and then settle the conversation. But what love is in the first step is it takes care, and not also this three steps, as you can see, not self-seeking, not easily angered, keeping no records. They are so interconnected, and they just give a huge of understanding how anger is stopped when you are not self-seeking, and when you are not angered, not self-seeking, you stop being judgmental, and you just want to forget of wrong things, wrong records, but remember the good ones. And instead of being self-seeking, selfish part, you keep the focus on patience, kindness, goodness, and this all comes to the truth, as Vardhan also said. So there's a the saying the truth is very critical, and from both sides, when you come to the point of the conversation that you are joyful with the truth, you can be comfortable with each other in the communications and increase the trust.
Yeah, thank you. And with when you mentioned the looking at the other person's needs with self-seeking, I remember how it causes empathy. I think the other group might have mentioned that too. And the record of wrongs, I always remember my parents when I was growing up with my sister. They would ask me like, don't keep record of wrongs what your sister did to you, but learn to forgive it. So that reminded me of your second point from this. I mean, the forgiveness part also that builds up trust. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. Lena, you can ask your question.
Yeah, firstly, I want to thank everyone for their very interesting presentations, and especially the recommendation part, because they really helped us think of this phenomenon from the different perspectives. And actually, my question is to both of the groups. I think that it can be applied to both of the groups. So I was wondering, after this research and case studies, what do you think? The partners that have been in a toxic relationship, like have been cheated on, or the children that had unhealthy relationship with their parents, are they more prone to kind of reproduce this behavior, or are they more prone to kind of break the toxic transmission chain? I hope the question is clear.
I can start answering somehow, or you can go ahead. Okay, so my perspective on that is that it's very, very subjective. There is a saying that the abuse becomes the abuser, like taking our topic, parent and teenager relationship. But actually, I wouldn't say so. Taking into account my own experience, I'm not saying I was abused, just saying like the mistakes that maybe my parents have done or my grandparents have done to my own parents. The tendency that I see is that most of the children, for example, me seeing the mistakes that my parents have done, I would try everything to not repeat the same to my own child or to my own partner, because I guess it really depends on the person, but me personally, feeling the pain or the hurt that I got from a person or from my parent, I don't want it to be projected on my child or my partner. So I guess it depends on empathy and depends on rationality, and of course the personality, that because like if the person is a psychopath, for example, like diagnosed psychopath, he may not be, for example, like me, and will not have the empathy and would do the same that his parent has done to him, and the same to the partner. I hope it was somehow understandable what I said. Thank you.
As for our research, we came up with a lot of different examples and relationships that we looked at, and most of them, when they have a lot of investment in the relationship, like children and or not, financial things in the relationship, they are connected with each other that way. They usually work on building trust. But sometimes when they are just like, they don't have anything that they invested in for the relationship, they give up on each other and they go both in the separate ways. And as for the pattern of cheating, one must be confident enough in the trust that they rebuilt with their partner that it's not going to happen again, but you cannot be 100% sure. And if you are always in your mind thinking of like, what if it happens again, it means that you're not over it and you've not forgiven it, and the trust is not actually there.
Thank you for your answers, guys.
Thank you, Margarita.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just want to thank you, all of you, for your time, important thoughts and advice, because I really need this. So please, please do more amazing projects often, because I'm sure not only me, but so many people need to know about such important topics, especially the ones who are going to become parents. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you too for coming.
Are there any other questions or feedback? Okay, seems like we have no more questions. Just before we leave, I'd like to kind of advertise the second day of the conference. We look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow, same time, same link, same place. So tomorrow the topic of the conference is trust and tech and business. We will have a guest speaker to talk about artificial intelligence and trust. And we will have, again, students talking about trusting artificial intelligence in healthcare, about trusting brands, and also one group presenting Uber trust case. So thank you for attending today and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much.